Hey there football fans, and welcome back to Footy Today, where we bring you the latest football news from around the world. Manchester United boss Rúben Amorim admits he's embarrassed after their recent loss and now is unsure if he's the right man to take the club forward. Then we dig a little deeper between the Glazers family and Sir Jim Ratcliffe, with their relationship starting to break. Meanwhile, Man City are closing in on a huge £126 million move for a midfield maestro. Over at Everton, one of the key stars with an expiring contract is being heavily targeted by a Saudi club. And lastly, Cesc Fabregas and Erik Ten Hag are both battling each other for the Bayer Leverkusen job. If any of the stories in the video are of interest to you and you would like to read more about them, we have posted the links to the original articles in the description box below. Okay, let's get started. Rúben Amorim admits he feels embarrassed managing Manchester United during what's shaping up to be their worst Premier League season. United now sit 16th, just 1 point above Tottenham after their recent loss versus West Ham. With the Europa League final against Spurs offering a rare bright spot, Amorim made it clear that European success is papering over serious problems, questioning whether Champions League qualification would even be good for the club right now. He spoke candidly about a deep cultural issue within the team, saying change is needed from top to bottom. The Portuguese hinted he may step aside if this form continues in the early start of next season. He said, "If we start next season like this, others should take my place." Amorim has been quite stubborn with his tactical approach since replacing Erik Ten Hag, with his preferred 3-4-3 formation not actually suiting the current squad but sticking with it. His recent comments show just how fractured things are behind the scenes at Old Trafford. Recent reports are now indicating that the Glazer family are still involved in the day-to-day running of the club despite reports, but cracks are now appearing between the relationship with Joe Glazer and Sir Jim Ratcliffe, as they are not seeing eye to eye on the footballing side of things. The Glazers were not happy when Ratcliffe publicly said that Manchester United would have run out of money by Christmas. The report carried on to say that Joe Glazer is actually more interested in making money with Manchester United than the actual position of the club. So now the fans are playing a waiting game and seeing who's going to leave first, the Glazer family or Sir Jim Ratcliffe. Moving on to our next story, Florian Wirtz's future has taken another twist, with Man City reportedly nearing a verbal agreement with Bayer Leverkusen for the highly rated German playmaker. Wirtz is seen as a potential long-term replacement for Kevin De Bruyne, but Bayern Munich are also deep in talks and have offered the player a superior salary package. Leverkusen would accept €100 million for a non-German club, but demand €150 million from a domestic rival like Bayern, complicating their pursuit. Despite Bayern agreeing to pay Wirtz €25 million a year until 2030, nothing has been signed yet, leaving the door open for Manchester City. Meanwhile, Wirtz's impressive tally of 31 goal contributions this season has only intensified interest. Real Madrid are also watching closely, with Xabi Alonso hoping to reunite with his former star, though club president Florentino Perez remains reluctant to give the green light to such a costly move. As it stands, Wirtz's next steps is still up in the air, but the battle between Europe's giants is heating up. On to our third story. Everton midfielder Abdoulaye Doucouré has received a contract offer from Saudi side Al Shabab as he edges closer to a summer free transfer. The 32-year-old, whose current deal expires at the end of the month, has been a key figure at Goodison Park since joining from Watford in 2020. Al Shabab are reportedly offering £3 million as an annual salary, though Doucouré is seen to be holding out for more. Talks are ongoing, but the move would mark a shift from Premier League's intensity to a more financially lucrative yet less competitive league. Doucouré remains in form, having registered an assist in Everton's 3-1 victory over Fulham. Several clubs are believed to be circling, but Al Shabab are currently pushing hardest for his signature. Everton, meanwhile, could lose a vital player just as they prepare to move into their new stadium. Whether Doucouré chooses legacy or a final payday remains to be seen. Now on to our last story. Cesc Fabregas is now being tipped as a serious contender to take over at Bayer Leverkusen following Xabi Alonso's exit. Initially, Ten Hag was seen as the frontrunner, but recent shifts in Germany and Italy have moved Fabregas to the top of the list. With RB Leipzig missing out on Champions League qualification, they're now out of the race, narrowing the options to just Leverkusen or staying at Como. Milan and Roma were also keen in the mix for Fabregas, but are reportedly no longer in the frame. With Leverkusen needing a new voice in the dugout, Febregas may find himself at the helm of the Bundesliga champions. And that wraps up today's update. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to hit the like button, it really helps us out. Don't forget to subscribe if you're new here, and feel free to share your thoughts on these stories in the comments below. Also, let us know which team you support so we can tailor future videos to cover the latest updates and news about your club. And while you're here, why not check out our previous videos where we break down the biggest daily stories in a quick, easy to digest format. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.